Marissa, it's got a very different meaning. Obviously, the real meaning because she wrote it as the words. But for me, it came at a time when we just lost our grandmother, and it was just, I don't know, it was something that sat well with me in that time. There's a song that sort of resonated with me in that tough time, and I don't know, that's how I see it. But then, you know, there's completely another message that Marissa wrote it in the first place. And I think that's the beauty of music, is that unless you're the person that wrote the lyrics, those lyrics can mean absolutely anything to anyone. And even just one line could have a really big impact on someone at that point in their life, and it could be completely for another reason than what you thought it was. Mm-hmm. And I think that's something that, like when I teach at school and I teach English, for example, I did a poetry unit, and because I'm not a big fan of poetry, I decided to make it into song poetry and make it into lyrics. And again, teaching kids that looking at lyrics, and I actually used our own song as well, and which I already knew what it was about, and I gave it to them, and I said, you tell me what you think it's about. And, you know, you had 20-odd different interpretations of the same song, and none of them were exactly what it was about. So I think that's sort of how I see To Be or Not. It's a song that different people could grab different things from it, and I think that's what makes it really special. It's one of my favourites, definitely.
And now, you know, I kind of know what you're talking about, because I had a friend of mine a while back. He had me play a song on the radio. We're on a long road trip. And he goes, I want you to listen to the song. I want you to see what you feel or whatever. And so I listened to the song. I closed my eyes until the end of it. And all I saw was a ball wishing and washing in kind of some kind of a wave. And it was an interesting kind of a thing. Well, he saw something completely different than what I saw. I don't remember what he said, but I remember that song. And it's just like, it's very interesting how you can get two different aspects for one tiny little song. So I understand you're coming from.
Yeah. I think, yeah, as I said, I really think that's the beauty of music. And I think as a musician, you've really got a responsibility of, it's not so much writing music is not so much for yourself, but it's for the people that are going to hear it. And I think we always keep that in mind, is that, yeah, we might think, oh, I don't know about that, but then we think, oh, you know, but it could really help someone, or it could be something that's really perceived well by everyone else. So I think we go into every songwriting stage and think, well, you know, and especially when we perform, we really want to take people on the journey. We want those people to walk into that room and everything else drift away for at least that hour that we're on stage, and, you know, not be tied down by the fact that you're thinking, oh, crap, I've got to get that done by tomorrow, I've got to get work done, whatever, and, you know, disconnect from your mobile phone for that hour. And that's sort of our aim, is to take our crowd on the journey so that they don't feel like they need to be in the present. They need to be in the present in what they're watching, but they don't have to think about the ambient noise that's always around us in our thoughts. So I think that's our goal as musicians, and I think that's probably echoed by many other musicians as a goal of what they want to do.
All right, cool. All right, guys. Here is To Be Not by Winter's End. Let's talk about the music. I am Shells here in Tacoma. I got Spider. Spider, where are you again?
I am in glorious Ohio.
How glorious is that? And we got Chris. Chris, where are you again?
I'm at McDonald's in Ulladulla.
That's so cracking me up. You definitely win the reward of a unique phone call on the show so far.
That was my aim today.
Well, you conquered it, man. You conquered it. Okay, so for about 3 hours now, we've been talking about, with Winters and Chris, the drummer, about, at the beginning of it, we talked about domestic violence, and then we kind of took a break from that to take a little breather from it. And now we're going to go back to that topic on hand, domestic awareness of violence, awareness, blah, 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 blah. Chris, what are a few things that you want to say? 'Cause I know you said you wanted to go here soon, but what do you want to tell people? Your message, if you can tell somebody right now, what would it be?
Just to get help. It doesn't matter how much you might feel that it's giving up or that you are, what am I trying to say? That you're feeling like you're a loser or something like that because you've had to say something about this, or you feel like you're unloved or anything like that. Yeah, I think my main message is that you've just got to do it, because it might just start with something quite simple of being put down over and over, and it keeps getting worse, and it gets progressively worse and worse, and then it could end up, in worst case scenario, like the cases that have happened in Australia in the last year, you could end up murdered by your partner. So it's really, I think, for me, it's really about having that sort of in the back of your head that, and getting out early if it doesn't feel like you're safe. If you don't feel safe or you don't feel there's a trust there, what's the point? Why waste your time sticking around? Because you never know what could happen. And I think, for me, that's my take-home message, that no matter how little you might think it is, if you don't feel safe in a relationship or in a situation, you need to get out and you need to tell someone.
Mm-hmm,
so I think that's my take-home message.
And your sister, who's on my Facebook Messenger, I asked her the exact same question, and she goes, just that it is so important to get help. And the people care, and the most people will go out of their way to assist people who are in danger.
Definitely. I think we often underestimate that side of society. If someone's in trouble, and I think it's something that's probably changed in the last 50 years, that, yes, there might be less people that will come out of the woodwork and help you straight away. But in saying that, on the flip side, 20, 30 years ago, it was seen as something that was sort of taboo and no one wanted to talk about it. It wasn't out there. So I feel like we're in a point now where, everyone knows what's going on, and if you come out and say something, best bet is there is going to be someone who's going to help you.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. All right. So we're going to take a small break, and like I said, I know you got to take off, because I don't know what kind of limit you have at the McDonald's Wi-Fi.
I think I'm going pretty close.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, guys, we're going to take a small break, and we'll be back with more with Spider and all. We have more stuff we're going to talk about with this topic of domestic violence awareness. Don't go away.
Woohoo! Let's Talk About the Music is starting.
What is Let's Talk About the Music, and why are you so excited about it?
It's a podcast with controversial talk and a global mix of music.
Oh, cool. How and where can I listen?
Just go to letstalkaboutthemusic.com and click follow to be sure to get all the info about the bands that are playing and see their music videos. Then click on Spreaker or iTunes to listen live and even chat with other listeners and the host herself.
What day and time is Let's Talk About the Music on?
Every Wednesday night from 8 p.m. to midnight Pacific Standard Time.
I think I'll tune in. Thanks for the info.
Mark your calendars down, guys. From New York City to Seattle, home of the grunge, we welcome Serial Deception. Woo! That's right. They're going to be here on Let's Talk About the Music on April 27th with myself, Shells, and Spider in the Hall, my new co-host. And we will be talking about their music and promoting your band and how do you do it. So it's going to be on April 27th from 8 p.m. to 12 a.m. You do not want to miss this, so mark it down. Serious Deception right here. Let's Talk About the Music.